I've been out doing barn chores and it's a little windy, so I might look a little disheveled here, so I apologize. Someone asked me what they should do if they're being crowded by the horse that wants treats while they're doing chores. So I waited for my horse to show up when I was cleaning poop and used him to show you briefly what you would do. What you do is you create a circle around yourself. And the horse is not to come inside that circle while you're doing chores. He can move around wherever he wants outside that circle, but he's not to come within that circle. Now, for me, it's a guesstimate, but it's about as long as the handle on that fork that I'm using to pick up the poop. Now, you can make the circle farther than that, but it's really not necessary and it's harder to reinforce. And how you do it is you create that circle in your mind, that bubble that's around you while you're working, doing stuff. And you only reward the horse when he's outside the bubble. And it's easier if you've already taught him wait, back up, basics like that, because you'll need them to do this. If he comes inside your circle, you just back him up out of that circle and you click and treat him, or you give him the reward. And what you do is you make him stay outside that circle longer and longer. No matter where he goes, as long as he's outside that circle, he's fine. He comes in that circle, you make him back out of the circle. And the secret to it is to give him treats more often in the beginning and then gradually wait longer and longer. And when you're waiting the longer and longer, you don't want to wait till he's deciding to come towards you. You got to kind of keep an eye on him while you're doing whatever it is you're doing, and guess that, okay, I've waited long enough that he's still behaving, he's still staying outside the circle, and it's longer than the last time. You don't want to wait until he decides to do something, because then you're reacting to him. Notice that I talk to my horse while I'm doing the chore, and I'm alternating and telling him wait and good boy. My horse has learned, because I talk so much, that when I stop talking is when he gets the reward. So I can literally just keep talking and he'll keep doing whatever he's doing. I had him wait 45 minutes one time while we were changing out fence panels, and all I had to do is keep talking to him because he's so used to my talking in front of the camera, and he has to wait, that he just stands there and waits the whole time I'm talking, which is kind of funny, but it also shows what a horse will learn just by being around you day to day. If you keep doing that bubble situation and you're very consistent with it, he'll automatically come and stop outside that bubble. The reason why my horse comes within the bubble and waits for me to tell him to stand outside the bubble is that I allow him to occasionally do that. But if you never want him inside that bubble and you just consistently keep him outside that bubble, he'll learn that, just as my horse learns that if I'm talking, he's to wait. So step one would be to establish how far you want the horse to stay away from you. I like the length of the handle. It's a workable amount of space. It's beyond the reach of the horse to reach and be poking you. It's reinforceable, and it's easy for you in your mind to check that distance, and it's easier in your mind to keep track of that distance. So that would be step two, would be to show your horse where that distance is, and how you do that is to back him up to that distance. And you have to keep backing him up to that distance. When you're backing him up out of the circle, you want to back him up and have him wait a couple seconds before you click and treat him. The ultimate thing is to have that feeling that you're not holding him back anymore, that he's actually like released into his space. You don't want to feel like he's standing out there, but he's pressuring to stay in. You want to only click and treat him when you feel that he has actually solidified himself into that space. You hold him back until you feel that, and then you click and treat him. And then that's expandable behavior. Step three would be to have him wait longer and longer outside that space. And keep in mind that you need to keep him there longer, but you don't want to keep him there to the length of time that he decides that he's going to come within that space. You have to think in your mind, well, it's been longer than the last time, and he's still behaving, so I'll go click and treat him and ask him to wait there a little bit longer for the next time. You don't want to wait so long that the horse decides to do something, because then you're reacting to him. Then you want to keep reinforcing this to the point that's comfortable for you. If you want him to stay outside that bubble every time when you're cleaning poop, then that's what you need to do. You need to just be consistent about it, and it'll work. Here's an example of me picking up poop and also doing an activity with him. I'm setting up boxes and having him find which box has the item in it. And this is part of the chores training that I've been doing with him, the search and rescue activities that I've been doing with him. So here I'm occupying him with doing something that's useful and trainable, while I'm cleaning up poops, which it takes longer to clean up the poop, but I'm kind of like combining the two together. You ready? Come up out of here. Alright. Now stay right there. You gotta hide your eyes. Hide your eyes. Ah, you can't look. I'm not done yet. No, I'm not done yet. No, come on. You gotta hide your eyes, man. Come on. There's nothing in any of them. I didn't get to do it yet, Bubby. Come here. Come here, Bub. You gotta hide your eyes. Come on. You're cheating. Come on, Bub. Come on. You didn't let me have a chance. You gotta hide your eye. Hide your eye. Don't peek this time. No peeking. No peeking. No peeking. Go ahead, Bubby. Find the box. Go ahead, find it. Find the box. One of them's got something in it, Bubby. You can go hide your eyes. You give up? Bubby's gonna hide your eyes. Watching this next clip where I tell him all gone. Well, I tell him all gone, and then he gives me a kiss. Like, are you sure? And then I do all gone, and he turns around and he walks away. What he's walking away to is a pile of hay that I gave him before I started the chores. I try to time my doing chores like picking up poop and so forth to when I'm going to be giving him some hay or doing something where he'll have something, an alternative to bugging me. Because it's kind of like, say you have a 2-year-old child in your house and you tell them, well, you have to sit there and watch me clean the house. How long is that going to last? If the child has an alternative, something else that's a little bit interesting for them to do, it's a lot easier than telling the child, well, you're going to have to sit there for 5, 10, 15 minutes while I do this and wait for me. It's the same with the horse. Dog one. If you consistently do this all the time with specific chores like picking up poop, he'll start to associate that he has to stay outside that bubble when you do those specific chores. So when you pull out the wheelbarrow or the wagon or the fork that you pick up poop, his mind will go, oh, I have to stay outside the bubble now. So he might just very specifically take that idea and attach it right to a specific activity. So don't be surprised that if you do another activity, you have to reinforce that he has to stay outside the bubble for that activity also. You shouldn't have to reteach it, but you might have to teach him that, yes, in this case, you have to do that also.